So as always, they want to go after this man for pretty much everything, pretty much, breathing at this point. But although I feel like he shouldn't have to pay anything, President Trump, his case was reduced from 464 million to 175 million. I know, it's ridiculous. I've never seen a bond that high before, but okay, here we are, right? But check this out. You got this evil, Letitia James, asking the court to deny the appeal. And who is she to deny anything? So she denies this, doesn't happen, and Trump wins. Woohoo! So he got it reduced to 175 million, which is great, good for Trump. And I started reading into it, and they want to go after this guy because of bank fraud. Okay, the banks have been defrauding us, the client, for 1,000 years in practically everything. You got overdraft fees that, should have never happened. And, Zelle has been an issue too. You call the bank and you tell them, hey, this wasn't me, this was fraud. And they don't care. They want you to pay and they want you to stake with the actual bill. So, okay, that's one thing. So do we get to sue them next since they went after this guy? But as you go down the rabbit hole, it gets a little more interesting because I started thinking about it. Okay, let's talk about fraud. Yeah, you want to go after this guy for fraud. Well, the government's defrauding us every single day in taxes, saying that it's for this and that, but then it goes to the Ukraine or the gas tax. Oh yeah, we're going to use that money to fix the potholes. Yet there's way more potholes now than ever. Student loan fraud, that's a big one. They say they are forgiving student loans and all that. And no, it's still there. And this is happening in New York, of all corrupt states, of all the corrupt blue states, actually. This guy right here is today's March 26th. He is going to start giving illegal immigrants debit cards, some with over $5,000. Now I don't know if you guys remember COVID, but it wasn't that long ago. The COVID stimulus wasn't even $5,000. Even those stimulus packages that they were giving to people when gas was so high and the recession, inflation, whatever you want to call it, we didn't even get that much at all. They're already housing illegals and refugees in all the nice hotels and resorts over there. Yet they've had homeless people there sleeping on piss and shit, poop, forever. And nothing for them. They're sleeping right now in subways next to rats. They're literally playing with them right now. And no pun intended, this is all happening around Easter because they always go after Trump around Easter, like they did Jesus Christ. But I started thinking about it. Oh, Easter, bunny, rabbit. I started going down the rabbit hole even more. Remember this? What happened to Black Lives Matter? They defrauded a bunch of people that donated money to their charity, and they bought houses and everything. Isn't that fraud? Why don't they go after them? And then of all posts, I remember this one too. Now, remember, I don't necessarily agree with Grant Cardone. I think he's a douchebag, but I started reading this and I have to agree with him. Look, Bernie Madoff, $10 million bond for the largest Ponzi scheme ever, defrauding 40K investors of billions. And remember Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX case? 250 million bond defrauded thousands of tens of billions in losses. Remember the crypto scam and everything that went with FTX? A lot of actors were in on that too. What happened to them? Remember the board members? They all got paid off before it tanked, before the company collapsed. Isn't that fraud? Insider trading, Nancy Pelosi, all of them. The government went after none of them. They only went after Trump. I believe they're going after his money. They're going after his assets so they could house the illegals and refugees out there. Or maybe they could sell it and use that money to pay what they're paying right now. For example, like those $5,000 debit cards that they're giving them. I mean, this is insane, you guys. People are waking up. Trump has to win after this. We are witnessing the most actual fraud in front of our very eyes in our justice legal system. It's a scam here. America is not a democracy. I'm sorry, guys. And you guys wonder why I'm voting for the guy.
Today in How Are You Enjoying Life in the Big City? There There are women all over TikTok explaining how they were punched in the face by a man in New York City. A compilation of clips also went viral on X.
You guys, I was literally just walking, and a man came up and punched me in the face.
Yeah, so what did he look like?
Oh my god, it hurts so bad. I can't even talk.
But what did he look like?
Literally, I fell to the ground, and now this giant goose egg is forming, and I'm like...
Maybe best to tell us what he looked like to protect others.
Just got punched in the face. Walking home.
What did he look like?
I was looking down, and I was looking at my phone, and like texting, and then out of nowhere, this man just came up and hit me in the face.
Any ideas on what he looked like?
I'm like actually in shock right now.
What did he look like?
I literally just got punched by some man on the sidewalk.
But what did he look like?
He goes, sorry, and then punches me in the head.
Did you catch a glimpse of what he looked like?
Holy fuck, what the hell just happened?
What did he look like?
So last week I was assaulted in New York City, as you can kind of see here with my black eye.
Any idea what he looked like?
If you know me, you know that this isn't really something I would typically publicly talk about, but I just feel like this is something that women need to be more aware of.
Description?
I was on my way to work, and it was probably 10 a.m., and as I was crossing the street, a man looked at me and within a split second pointed two fingers at me in a gun symbol and then slammed a plastic bag full of God knows what down on my face from about a foot away.
But what did he look like?
And I fell into the ground. I'm assuming the man just walked or ran off. I wasn't really in a state to know what was going on.
But what did he look like?
The bag was so heavy that it felt like bottles or cans, but I didn't ever look to see what was in it.
None of them gonna tell us what he looked like? Wonder why. Men are so scary, OMG! Here are the TikToks from other women in NYC that got attacked from seemingly the same man as me. I haven't filed a police report because I thought it was an isolated incident. The police wouldn't do much, but now that it seems like a recurring incident, I'll be filing a police report. And if you've also been attacked, I highly recommend you do the same. Let's hope this doesn't escalate. Yeah, but what did he look like? After much pestering, we did finally get a description from one of the victims, and then another. Didn't see that coming. I eagerly await the follow-up TikToks where they describe in their own words to the camera what he looked like. Yeah, might be waiting a while.
Now remember, there's definitely more I want to say because, it's a long, a lot of days, weeks, months, years of this. But this is one thing that, stuck out to a lot of people. By the way, that comment I made is over thousands now. I pretty much said, Americans really need to wake up because if you look closer, this is what happens in communist countries. Even if you pay off a house and everything, if you have two, they'll take away one and give it to a homeless person just to house them. And they're taking away or attempting to take away President Trump's assets. They're paid off. Property taxes are paid, the bank loans are paid and everything, and they still want to take it away. It should be his. They should not even dare go near that. And if they could go, against him and try to take and seize his assets away, imagine what they could do to you, the little guy. I'm just saying, guys, this is how it starts. This is how communist happens. This is how communist begins. This is what happens in communist third world countries. And last but not least, who could forget? The Clinton Foundation. Remember all the money that Clintons raised for Haiti? Neither do the Haitians. Yeah, Haiti's a shithole right now too. They're literally eating each other. They even have a cannibalism terrorist group. The main guy calls himself Barbecue because he eats his, the people that go against him in front of other people, just to scare them. I mean, that's crazy. And then Trump called it a shithole and they went after him. Well, it is. Newsflash, it is. Would you want to live there? No, I don't, personally. But yeah, going back to fraud, aren't they going to go after the Clinton Foundation for fraud? Nah, they're just going to go after Trump. Welcome to communism. And that was today's episode of Everybody Loves Jave. If you made it to the end, thank you. Like, subscribe, reshare, and thank you for the